Okay, if we head over here, there's this guy. Remember him? Before I do that, let me check here. Did I put the yeah, I did put the bean down. Awesome. Isn't there a gold sculpture over there, or is that only at night? I'll figure that out later. So we come over to this guy and bring out Kojiro. I think the history of trading quests in Zelda began with Link's Awakening. But this starts with the Pocket Cucco, and you trade that in for Kojiro, and you trade that for this, then we get the medicine and stuff. We have 3 minutes to get to Kakariko. There is a song that we can get that will warp us to the graveyard in Kakariko. But if you use any of the warp songs... Hey, Epona. If you use any of the warp songs, the time when you return is... I think like 1 second. Epona, what are you doing? Here we go. Now, this isn't difficult. 3 minutes to get to Kakariko. You could probably do that on foot. And without using the bean. Probably. But it's definitely worth having Epona, and you're going to need Epona for some of the later parts of the quest. Now we trade this in for the odd potion. Is it the odd potion? It's a potion. Now we trade it in for a potion. Does the potion have a time limit? I forget. Huh. I also need to make a trip back to Hyrule Castle and to the Temple of Time. Now we've done the Forest Temple, Sheik will let us use the Pedestal of Time. Hello there. So what can trip people up is the guys who talk about the old hag in that potion shop, talk about the old hag in this potion shop. That's not helpful. There we go. Alright. Strongest medicine you've ever produced. So that's kind of ominous. No medicine that can cure a fool. Alright, there is no time limit on this one, so what we will do is we will head up to Goron City. Since that is our next destination anyway for the Fire Temple. And we will go through the shortcut to the Lost Woods there. You know, actually, we can do the bow mini game here. A lot of the people from Hyrule Castle Town moved to Kakariko, and that includes the guy who ran the bow shop, the shooting gallery. And like when we were a kid, if we do this as an adult, we get the bigger quiver. Now, unlike when you're a kid, the order is always the same. When you're an adult, it's not. So you got to be ready for basically all of them. Damn it. So if I only miss... There we go. So now at least we have the replay. The free replay. He says this time, but if you keep getting... at least 8, you'll always get a free replay. And the ones I really have trouble with are the 2 red ones that go across the top. Which is going to be both of these now, because the others are all done. Oh, got lucky with that one. Managed to readjust myself right. So now I can carry 40 arrows. Alright, now let's go to Goron City and Death Mountain. House here is the bazaar now. If you don't have a Hyrule Shield, you can still buy the Hyrule Shield, the Hylian Shield, off the guy in the bazaar as an adult for the discounted price that the guard tells you about. So there's the big... Did I just hear some scratching? There's the big cloud around Death Mountain. Yes, I did. Yeah, there's the big ominous cloud around Death Mountain. There's all these rocks here. There's boulders rolling down now instead of Gorons. In fact, we don't see any Gorons on the way up. I wonder why that is. There's also a case of when we were younger, we ran up to Death Mountain through the path and we hid under the shield. We can't hide under the shield anymore because we're too big. So running up that way is going to get us hurt. Where are all the Gorons? Why is there just this one Goron? Yeah, I was really hoping I'd get that first time. Come on, come on. Damn it. So your bombs have a shorter fuse than the bomb flowers? So the timing can be easier to get with them? Damn. I always hate this part. Let's see how long this takes. There we go. Jeez. Okay. Let's get rid of the bombs. My name's Ark. Yes. Some people call me the hero of time, some people call me the Dongo Buster. It's up to you to decide which one of those is the cooler name. Ark, it's the name of the hero. The hero of Sheena Island. Dude, I never learned how to write. I grew up in the forest. I was raised by a tree. Oh no. Not a dragon. Let's ask him about the dragon. Volvagia. 8 Gorons. Well, that also makes you a descendant of the hero. So where are all the Gorons? Taken to the fire temple, you say? So why weren't you taken? Revive Volvagia. So it is kind of a thing. As a child, all the problems were caused by Volvagia. Okay, the Goron tunic. As a child, all the problems were caused by Volvagia. As an adult, only 2 of the problems that are going on seem to be directly caused by Ganon. Not to let anybody follow him to the temple, but... the secret passage to the fire temple. Move the statue in the Runia's room. Now let's take the shortcut. You know, I just realised where the gold sculpture is that I could hear. So there are skull kids down there. You can't see them, but they are there. Skull kids will attack you as an adult. They are a pain to deal with. Yeah, so in case you were wondering, this one is Fado. One of the only unique Kokiri models. And I think she exists as a holdover from the beta version of Ocarina. Anybody who comes into the Lost Woods becomes a Stalfos. That's kind of disturbing. But now we got the poacher's saw. Kind of uncomfortable. You know, we should go back and get the Bolero of Fire so I can go straight to the Fire Temple when I'm done with what I intend to do now. That's the wrong way. You know, I say that if we... because we need to do... we need to do at least some of the Ice Cavern. And we usually do the Ice Cavern after the Fire Temple, so if I leave the continuation of this quest until after the Ice Cavern, we can slot it in pretty nicely. So here we go. But yeah, like only 2 of the adult... I want to go get that gold sculpture. Only 2 of the adult problems are caused directly by Ganon. The Forest Temple is spewing evil for some reason. And Phantom Ganon's a boss in there, but beyond Phantom Ganon being the boss, there's not really a connection to Ganon there. Ganondorf revived Volvagia, and he's planning to feed all of the Gorons to the dragon to serve as an example. There it is. The problem with the Zoras is directly Ganon's fault. The Shadow Temple just kind of happens. And the Spirit Temple is related to Ganon's minions, but not necessarily Ganon's influence him. You know, not directly Ganon's fault. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, you can't actually pull this as a kid. You could argue because it's too big. The real reason is because the Rooney is in the way when you're a kid. And so this is the inside of Death Mountain. And I'm going to want the Bolero of Fire so I can plant a bean here as a kid anyway. Because there's a heart piece up there, which we need the magic beans for. Oh, hey, Sheik. So if we're not wearing the Goron tunic, we actually have a timer in here. Did I show that off? I forget if I went into the crater as a kid. No, I couldn't have, because this is the introduction. When you get to the top of Death Mountain as a kid, you can go and see the Great Fairy, or you can go straight into the crater. And you can get a piece of heart then. And I didn't. But if you're in here without the Goron's tunic, you have a timer, and the timer is based on how much health you have. The more hearts you have, the longer the timer is. I like this one. This is one of my favourites, actually. You learn the Bolero of Fire. What was I saying? Yeah, the time is based on how many hearts you have. There is a joke about Link messing up the Bolero of Fire so often that Sheik just loses consciousness. In fact, if we take the Goron tunic off, we can show it. It's so hot in here, we can't stay here for long. 1:20. Now, if the timer runs out, you burst into flames and it's an immediate death. We have 3 fairies, so it won't be too bad. The heart piece is up there, we can get that from the other side. We can't get it yet, because the way over there is blocked by a boulder we need the hammer for. But yeah, you burst into flames and die. And here's the fire temple.